briefly touch on entries from the De La Riva. And what we want to look at first is how are they entering into our guard. Okay, they're either generally going to be leading with their lower body or leading with their upper body. Okay, so if they're leading with the lower body, that's what we'll attach to first. So if I'm playing a seated guard here, okay, he's a bit cagey with his hands, he's not necessarily hand fighting, he's trying to pass like loose on the outside and the feet and legs are leading, that's what I'll grip to, okay? I like to use an inside grip because that's where I want my hand anyway, okay? So I attach here. If I'm at a distance, I can really reach, and using a lift with my legs, I can shoot myself into that De La Riva position and get the angle that I want, start attaching, okay? So if he's leading with the leg, that's how I attach. It wouldn't necessarily be wrong to grab with this outside grip, but it's a bit awkward as you can see, and then I'd have to switch to ankle and knee anyway, so we're much better off going from here, lifting off opposite hand and foot so that I can lift and shoot my hips in to get to that position, okay? If as we do this, we generate a little bit of the angle to the back exposure that we want, that's ideal. It saves us a lot of the hard work, okay? So if I'm quite square to him and I can shoot in here and pivot around to get that back exposure, that's where the real magic is, and we've skipped a lot of the hard work, okay? Now, if he's leading with his hands, a key to this is that I need to open the space to access his knee, okay? So if I just try and shoot in here, he can use his frames to kind of push me back, and I'm gonna end up supine too disconnected. My hips aren't gonna bridge that gap that I need to be well attached with my De La Riva, okay? So as he's leading with the hands, the main thing I wanna do is try to really control the space down by my ankles and hands to keep forcing the only way that he can make connection to me to be on my shoulders, okay? Which normally is not great if he can post on my shoulders and push me supine, okay? But we're gonna use that timing to pull him a little bit further than he expected and actually pull him into our guard as we go supine. Okay, so if he's trying to get to my ankles or anything, I'm sitting nice and forward with my shoulders forward, my hips, and I'm just hand fighting to control that space, okay? And I don't let him have access to anything other than my shoulders. He starts testing that, and I don't really fight it. So he thinks, okay, I can use the shoulders to push him down. As he's pushing me down, I somewhat let it go, okay, I'm going back, but I focus on getting a grip underneath, either way, underhand or overhand, behind his elbows, so that as he's driving me down, I can shove him past me and pull him into position. As that's happening, my legs go into position and I've pulled him into my De La Riva. So we'll go back. Okay. He's coming in, hand fighting. Right, he starts posting on my shoulders. I don't necessarily fight it. I'm cupping, driving to pull him back, and I scoot in as he moves me into that position. Okay, so those are two key entries, leading with the legs, leading with the hands. We've got options for both. And if at any point they switch their approach, you'll just have to switch how you enter.